Hey everyone, it's PB here. Hope you're doing all well. This will be the 8th video in my communication segment playlist. Now, this particular video, we're going to go into learning styles and how we all learn differently. Now, there are a number of different learning styles that people can sort of have. Some people will learn the same way and others will learn differently. And it's quite important that we all recognize this. If you try and teach someone in a specific learning style that they don't learn in, you'll find that they can struggle to learn with that particular learning style, and they may not even be able to learn what you're teaching or struggle to keep it in mind in that. But not only that, you could end up making them feel uncomfortable as well. And so you've always got to make sure that whenever you're teaching somebody, you want to be able to find out what they're learning, what learning style suits them. Now, there's a couple of different, number of different learning styles to think of. So some of you may recognize these. So you've got practical learning. So this is things like if you're watching someone, then you practice it while someone's watching you, or you watch someone do something and then you do that exact same thing without even being watched. You can just do it straight away. Even self-teaching. So if you self-teach yourself. So yeah, that's one side of one thing of practical learning. Visual learning, which also comes into a little bit what I said before, which is watching someone do it and then doing it yourself, or watching someone and then have someone observe you while you do it. The other type of visual learning is watching someone do something, but then needing time to process what they've done. Sometimes you can have someone watch something and they're not going to be able to do it straight away. They'll need to kind of diagnose it, I guess you could say, in a way, to sort of, and process it, think, okay, they did this and this, and so, and kind of work through it in their own head. Now, you've also got written/visual learning, which are things like books, classroom style whiteboard or blackboard, even online learning as well. That can be what you would call either e-learning, which I've heard the term before, which is just electronic learning, or that can also be coming as a written as well. Now, you can also have individual learning, so one-on-one, or group learning, classroom-type group learning. Now, this one I certainly do definitely agree with, which is tactile learning. So this is learning while you're having something in your hands. And it could be anything, could be pens, paper. In particular, when I was doing SES, when I taught the course, I had ropes and radios on the, I pulled some of the radios apart for people to put back together and all that, just for something to sort of do while I was teaching that, because I know for me, when I've been studying and all that, I'd have fidget spinners. Simply because, if not, I'd be fidgeting with pens. I'd be, I'd be fidgeting with whatever was around. And so fidget spinners certainly really helped in that sense, because, if I wasn't using the fidget spinner, then I'd be using a pen or something. So fidget spinners certainly really helped me in that. But again, that was just how I learned. And that was certainly very helpful for me. So that's tactile learning. So now, as I said before, when it comes to teaching, or just even, again, this does come into communication, because again, teaching, you're communicating, you're talking with people. So you want to make sure that you incorporate as many learning styles in as you can. So some people have a couple of different learning styles. So I know there's a number of ones here that I have. Obviously, tactile learning, I can do either one-on-one learning or group learning. I do prefer one-on-one, but, excuse me, I can do group learning. Online one I've done, same with books, classroom style I've done as well. Observing only and needing time to process. I have at times, but it's not really one that I would say is probably a learning style that I would probably have. One I know definitely, there's definitely I always have, which is watching someone do something, and then for me to do it while they're watching. So that way I can make sure that I am doing it right and all this kind of stuff. That's something that I've always preferred that because again, I'm a bit of a perfectionist. Always want to make sure I'm doing the right job and doing it right. I always doubt myself as well, which doesn't help. But I think having that type of learning style, I know that helps me. I know a number of people have pretty much similar or the same learning styles as I do. So yeah. Um, but yeah, so when it comes to learning styles, yeah, that's pretty much it. There's not much more, not much more raw to really go in with that. But just yeah, whenever you're teaching someone something, always to ask how they learn or the best way that they can learn because yeah, everyone is different. Everybody has different learning styles and will learn differently. Some people will learn differently to the way you do. Um, and yeah, especially if you're teaching a group of people as well, you want to be able to incorporate as many learning styles as possible to be able to fit everyone. And fair chance, the more you have, the more likely that everyone will be able to learn everything you're saying. I remember when I was teaching this course with the SES, I had a PowerPoint presentation, plus I was also talking as well. I had activities as well. I had, with Tactile Learning, I put down ropes for people if they wanted to tie some knots. I had radios and I pulled the batteries off them and stuff like that. I had pens, pencils, bits of paper, A4 sheets of paper on all the desks and everything, or on the tables. That was a tactile part. I had the whiteboard there with some stuff written on it. So there was a lot of different learning things there that I had. Plus, I also got people to think about things. So rather than me just standing up there and talking, I would ask people questions. I'd say, hey, in this particular thing, what do you think about this? Or if we were to do this type of situation, how do you think you would react to it? And that way you're keeping people involved. You're getting people to think rather than just sit there and listen. So having all these different types of things, yeah, it will certainly help when it comes to communication, but yeah, teaching as well in particular. So yeah. Anyway, I hope you've all enjoyed all these videos I've done on communication. I'll be doing one more on relationships in particular and the importance of communication when it comes to relationships. That one as well, when it comes to relationships, communication is a very, very big element for me. And yeah, so I'll be going in and explaining, the importance of that as well and different things to think about. So yeah. So either way, I hope you've gotten everything or a lot of different things out of all these videos. And as I've said before, if you have any questions or anything like that, or yeah, just want to let me know what you think of the video. Yeah, please post in the comments. Let me know, message me, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, so thank you. Much love.